Welcome to the Reese Report. I'm the mouth of the North, Andrew Reese, and I'm a very happy and excited man for two reasons. One, it's the last week of the NFL season, and two, I won NFL fantasy. I'm very happy. In my second season, I'm ecstatic. Gil, give my apologies to Vanya. If I see her at the Super Bowl party, I'll shake her hand, okay? But I won. I'm happy I won. But now I got to focus on this because Jose has been a wire-to-wire leader all season long. I was down in the dumps after week 5. I've made a massive comeback, but I'm still 8 games behind Jose. Gil, you are now in last. Sorry to say. Tony Barbosa, you better watch out because I'm tied with you now. So 8 games back, me and Barbosa. Gil is now 10 back, I believe. Jose, I'll give you the virtual handshake. Me and you went 14-2 last week, the best week of the entire NFL season for both of us. Barbosa, you tried, but you tried too hard. 11-5 for you. And Gil, not bad, 12-4. So we all had good weeks last week. I'll just give the win totals. Me and Barbosa at 160, Jose at 168, and Gil at 158. So we're all having good years. But there's still time, Jose. You better not slip up because this week is the hardest week in the NFL to predict other than week 1 because there's a lot of playoff scenarios that can happen. There's always someone who plays devil's advocate, someone who spoils the party by going for it on 4th down on every play. So even though teams need games, it doesn't guarantee nothing. So these picks will be very interesting this week. Please like, subscribe, and comment. As you can see from my background, you know who I'm cheering for. And look at Jose's hat. You know who he's cheering for. Now, we're not sure about Gil. See, Gil's got a Green Bay shirt, but he's got the 49er red in the background, so we're not sure about him. At Barbosa, he's shy. You know, sometimes it's Yankees, sometimes what Barbosa's doing. There's no Colts hack. He's all nervous right now.
He's a Colts. He's like closet fan. He's all
Don't
black.
worry about my Colts. Don't worry about my Colts.
So this is going to be a fun show, guys. So get ready because we're fired up for this one. Now, let's start with Jose. I'll give you credit for this one. The Pittsburgh Steelers, who put Mason Rudolph in the game and become world beaters. They beat Seattle last week to stay alive in the playoff chase. They take on Gil's Baltimore Ravens. Gil will probably be correct in his MVP pick. I can't see it not being Lamar Jackson after they annihilated the Dolphins 56-19 for one of my 2 losses last week. Oops. Could have been 15-1 last week. I wasn't so stubborn. I'm going to go to Gil first. I'm not going to give you the playoff scenarios until after I made my pick. Gil, who do you got? This is a tough one. I know already.
It's a tough one because they're gonna probably play Lamar for the first half and they're gonna sit him. They might not even play him at all. Pittsburgh really needs it. It's a tough game, but it is a rivalry game, and I'm pretty sure Baltimore doesn't want to see Pittsburgh make it. So I'm still gonna take Baltimore.
Okay, let's go to Barbosa, who wasn't sure about this game before it started. You better make sure now, Barbosa. What do you got?
Tyler Huntley is starting the game.
That is correct.
Not Lamar, but I'm gonna agree with Gil. I'm gonna still take Baltimore.
Wow.
I think their defense is still pretty good, so I'm still gonna take Baltimore. And they're at home.
What's that?
Go ahead, Jose.
Say my name? Oh, okay. Oh well, I'm the opposite. I'm taking Pittsburgh in this one. I think Pittsburgh needs the game. They need the game to win to make the playoffs. Baltimore's resting a lot of their starters, not just Lamar. Even if their defense plays 1 or 2 snaps, that's going to be it. Pittsburgh is clicking on all cylinders since they put Mason Rudolph. Like I told you guys when they started playing him, it opens up the passing game to Pickens. And then the run game, you can see Najee Harris is having probably the 2 best weeks of all of his career of all season. And
look at Gil's face.
and Warren as well too. So that opens up the running game. So and that's saying that I'm taking Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's run game went crazy on Seattle last week. Not solely because I watched Lamar Jackson struggled against Pittsburgh early in the year when I wanted to shoot him when he threw the game away against Pittsburgh early in the year. Everyone's resting for Baltimore. They've clinched the 1 seed. Pittsburgh needs to make the playoffs. It is a rivalry game, but I believe Pittsburgh wins this game. Baltimore has no incentive to win this game. I don't think they're going to play any of their starters. If Huntley's starting, that shows you that they don't care what happens even in the first quarter. So I'll take the Steelers. Jose, your old backup there, Huntley's starting. I know you like him a little bit, so maybe you're hoping you pull something off. But it will be low scoring and close. I will say that because those two teams they just hate each other. So still be a nice little war in Baltimore. But I'll take the Steelers because they got to win to make the playoffs. Yes, this one is for Barbosa first, guys. The Houston Texans with Nico Collins and Stroud back in the lineup go to Indianapolis to decide who goes to the playoffs. That's right, Barbosa. I can see how nervous you are. You got Minshew Magic going to play Houston. Well,
not nervous.
You did beat Houston earlier in the year in Houston before they were good. Now you got to play them on the road. Seems like Houston plays better on the road. I'm not really sure, but we'll see. Barbosa, I know who you got. You're not going to go against your team. You're not going to. No.
Taking the Colts. That's easy. They're at home. They're playing good ball. Minshew hasn't been. They've been playing not bad.
Okay.
Minshew has been playing all right, and their defense will hold up. I think the defense will hold up with CJ Stroud. So the Colts should win this and win the division.
This is a really tough game. Jose, what do you got?
All I ask is, please, Houston, kick these guys out of the playoffs so I don't have to hear Barbosa the rest of the fucking time. Please.
Hey, just remember, they win this game.
Please.
Hey, they win this game, that's 10 wins. What I told you at the beginning of the year.
You said 11.
You said 11.
10, 11 wins. Hey.
You're not going to make the playoffs. You're going to get your ass kicked by CJ Stroud and Nico Collins. And Will Anderson is going to get 5 sacks and take out your stupid Minshew Magic and the rest of your shit.
Come on.
Put your balls on the table. Bullshit. You're going home. You're going to go golfing, and that's
Put your balls on the table and take the Texans.
Take the Texans.
Good.
Okay, Gil, who do you got?
I'm going with Barbosa on this one. I'm gonna take the Colts. I have this feeling the Colts are gonna win. They're at home. They're gonna do everything in their power. The crowd's gonna go behind them, and I think that'll just be enough. It'll be a field goal game.
I'm gonna shock you, Barbosa. I'm taking the Colts. I think they are gonna win this game at home. I went to go back and look at that game they won in Houston. Houston had their entire team, including Tank Dell, and they couldn't beat them at home.
Guess who Indy didn't have?
Taylor wasn't in that game. So
yeah, exactly.
Now that was Anthony Richardson. It was a different quarterback, but I think Indy's going to win this game. So it's tough though. It's going to be a 3-point game.
It's not going to be easy. No,
I think Indy's going to win it. But we'll see how. I don't know if they can win the division because if Jacksonville wins, I think they win the division. So it'll just be Indy in the 7th seed. So we'll see. We'll see about that. So I'll go with Indy. Jose, I don't blame you for taking Houston. I thought long and hard about it. Now we go to a very interesting game. The Atlanta Falcons, who have been eliminated, go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. This is not a winner-in situation, but the Saints need to win to give themselves a chance. Gil, what do you got in this one?
Yeah, the Saints are going to win this. They're at home. They need it. They need some help, obviously, but they should win. They should win. Atlanta's just been horrible all year. And I think the Saints' defense at home, and Carr's been playing a little bit better too, so is Kamara. I think the Saints edge this one.
The Saints' defense has been awesome for about a month, and they really gave it to Baker last week to give themselves a chance. Atlanta on the road, that's not going to be good for the Falcons. I got the Saints. Jose?
Last week I was the only one to take the Saints. You guys are all on the Bucks. I told you that they're clicking at the right time. I think they're, like you said, the defense is playing playing well lately. Their offense is coming along. Atlanta, you don't even know who's going to be starting, if it's going to be Heineke or Riddler or whoever.
Heineke is starting.
Yeah.
But
Heineke's
whoever it
starting.
is, they're both shit. And so let's say that I'm taking New Orleans. They need the game to make the playoffs. So
Well,
taking New
what may
Orleans.
be true, Jose, is Heineke, they're both shit, but Heineke did drill the Colts 29-10. So I think Heineke's a little bit better. Barbosa?
Anybody can drill the Colts, man. Please. Don't even talk about that shit team, bro. That team is
Hey,
shit.
don't worry, don't worry. Anyway, I'm gonna take the Saints, but I wouldn't be surprised if Atlanta wins the game because the New Orleans is like you don't know what you're getting. It's like Jekyll and Hyde every week with New Orleans. So, but I'm gonna take them. They're at home. They should win the game. They should win the game.
So we're all on the Saints. Oh boy, here we go. We're gonna go to Barbosa for this one too first. The Jacksonville Jaguars, who have fallen off a cliff, go to Tennessee to take on the tanking Titans. No matter what these two teams are going for, you will see a war. This is a division game. Both teams should be trying real hard. Jacksonville needs to win this to win the division. If they don't, they're out. So basically, if Jacksonville loses, both Indy and Houston get in. If Jacksonville wins, they win the division, which makes the Indy-Houston game winner take all. Barbosa, what do you got?
Just pick the Titans. You know you want the Titans to win. Just pick the Titans.
He wants the Colts to win the division so bad.
Yeah,
he just taste it. Look, he's just.
I'm gonna take the Jaguars because I did have them winning the division.
You did.
I'm gonna take the Jaguars solely for that reason, but I hope they lose the game. But I'm taking the Jaguars.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Tennessee, man. Jacksonville's just been horrible.
They've been bad.
Like horrible. Like I don't think they even deserve to be in the playoffs. That's how bad they've been. I think if they go in, whoever plays them first round is like an easy win. That's how bad it is. It's not even gonna be a game. So I hope they lose because I don't think they deserve to be there.
I think Kansas City will play the winner of that division, which will be interesting.
No.
It could be Buffalo too.
The winner of that division, the winner of that division might be Cleveland.
Well, Kansas City has the worst record amongst division winners, correct? So
Jags do.
Yeah, right now as it stands,
the winner. Jags, yeah.
Yeah, the winner of that division right now, if it works out, is playing the Browns.
Right.
That's scary. That's a scary matchup.
It is. Jose, who do you got?
Like I said, I picked the Jags to win the division at the beginning of the year. I know they've been hit with lately with a lot of injuries and stuff like that, and Trevor Lawrence hasn't been playing either. But they won last week. They shut out the Carolina Panthers. I know it's nothing special, but you know what? Their defense came up big, and I think they'll come up big against Tennessee, and the Jags will squeak out a win and make the playoffs.
Well, it is a big deal to Barbosa there, Jose, because he picked Carolina last week somehow.
I did pick Carolina. Just because Trevor Lawrence wasn't playing. I thought Carolina was going to show a little bit better because Trevor Lawrence wasn't playing that game. But whatever, Carolina's Carolina.
So every year we have these games where the team has to win a game, and there's always 2 or 3 upsets. Well, this is going to be one of my upsets. I think the Titans are going to win this game. Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry are playing for contracts. They're both free agents. They're looking for jobs. They're not going to mail it in. They're going to be trying to play hard in this game to get to their next team. So I think Tennessee's going to come out. The coach is not going to throw in the towel. I know Vrabel's going to try hard. They went to Miami and spoiled their party to get the number 1 seed. I think Tennessee's going to win this game. Jacksonville's on a free fall. They got injuries all over the place. Their wide receivers are hurt. I think Lawrence is not healthy, so I'm going to take Tennessee for the upset. I hate Tannehill, but boy, he better show up in this game or he's not going to have a job next year. So I got Tennessee.
Okay. Get ready for another 3 picks.
Yeah.
That's all I'm to do is throw
No, I
interceptions.
don't think he's playing, man. If
Tannehill apparently is starting. That's what I've heard.
is he? Man,
Yeah.
that's so stupid.
Right? Because I think Levis got hurt again last week, and I don't think they want to risk him because I think Levis is going to be the starter next year. Yeah. Because Tannehill's gone. He's not going to be a Titan next year. So
Yeah.
now let's go to Minnesota, who I think has a very slight chance of making the playoffs. They're going to need a lot of help. They go to Detroit to take on the Lions, who are locked into the 3 seed. These games are always tough to predict. I think the way Campbell coaches, he's going to play his players, and therefore Detroit wins. So I'm going to take the Lions. Jose?
I agree with you. I think they're gonna. No, there was nothing about them resting their players. I think they're gonna play. Maybe not play the whole game. Maybe let's play like the first half or something. I think the Minnesota's in shambles. I don't like if it's Mullins, if it's whoever the hell is the quarterback. They're shit. And besides Justin Jefferson, like that team has nobody on offense. So I'm gonna take Detroit as well.
Barbosa.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Detroit. I wasn't. I don't. Minnesota's quarterbacking is garbage. Doesn't matter who it is, Jaron Hall, whoever, except for Kirk Cousins. So that alone, I'm gonna take Detroit. I just don't have confidence in any of the Minnesota's quarterbacks right now.
Gil, you had an easy time with it last week. Minnesota just said, you know what? Here you go, Gil. Go ahead, win the game. We're going to put the rookie quarterback in. Who do you got this week?
Well, they started hype with Kirk Cousins going naked. And as soon as I saw that, I knew that was going to go the other way. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Lions. Lions, the coach plays with a lot of pride on his shoulders. I don't think he's going to rest anybody. I think they'll give him a pound. I think Minnesota's going to get a pounding.
By the way, they got screwed last week. That rule's stupid. I'm sorry. The guy reported eligible. He saw 2 linemen go over there. They tried to deceive it so that Dallas wouldn't know, and the rest fucked it up. Detroit should have won that game, although, as Gil says, there was still 30 seconds left, and they could have got a field goal, Dallas.
It doesn't matter. You know what? That guy's ballsy for even going for 2, even after they got the penalty.
Yeah, he should have kicked the extra point after the penalty. Yeah, that was dumb.
And they already had the plan to go for 2 if the game went like that. So no matter what, you know what? I give him props for that.
Yeah. Well, I think the team will galvanize around the coach like that. So it's good. It's not like the Chargers coach who goes for it every single play. It's a little different with this guy. Let's go to an ugly bowl as the New York Jets go to New England, which will decide where New England picks and where the Jets pick. New England has not lost to the Jets in 15 games. That's not going to change this week. I got the Pats. Gil.
I agree. After watching what they did in Buffalo, they played hard. A lot of those guys are going to play for the jobs as well. Looks like Zappi wants the job. He wants the chance next year.
Yeah.
So I think that's what's going to happen, and the Patriots are going to win.
Barbosa.
I'm gonna go with the Jets. I don't think the Patriots. I don't think the Patriots want to win this game. The only reason why I'm taking the Jets is because the Patriots shouldn't be winning this game. Get better odds of drafting. Get a higher draft pick. You don't need to win the game. It's pointless to win this game. I would take I'm taking the Jets just for that reason.
Now, from what I understand, you guys are the college football guys, but from what I understand, there are 4 really good quarterbacks. Is Caleb Williams a lock, or is Drake May and the guy who won the Heisman just as good as him? You guys tell me.
Listen, man, I already told you guys, and I tell you again, these college kids that coming out of college, especially this Caleb Williams, there's a lot of hype behind him. But if he's not going to a team that has no offensive line and nothing, he's going to get murdered like every other quarterback does. Now, if he goes to a good team that already has a half decent offensive line with some weapons, yeah, he'll perform. But if he's going to say a team that has like just rebuilt Arizona Cardinals or something like that, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like that has no offensive line, he's going to get murdered. So he's not going to be able to perform to his abilities. There's a lot of good quarterbacks in college football because they're scramblers. They can run. They can throw this and that. But then again, when you come into the pros, when you got linebackers that can chase you down, that are as fast as you, and defensive linemen that are as quick as you and stuff like that, it's a different atmosphere. It's a different animal.
Yeah, Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I there's too many quarterbacks nowadays that are scramblers and this and that. There's not no more like those pocket quarterbacks and stuff like that that make the NFL. Dude, it's different. The system has to be right for these quarterbacks. Don't get me wrong, they're talented. They can become big superstars. But then again, you see like for example, Justin Fields at Ohio State, he was amazing. Scrambler, thrower, down the field, this and that. Comes to the NFL, what does he do? Doesn't do nothing.
No offensive line, yeah, but I still think he's talented though.
You're done.
And he didn't have receivers. He didn't have receivers.
But you saw he got DJ Moore and he got a lot better, right?
Same thing with Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence in college, he was tearing it up. He never lost a game.
Right.
And then he comes to the NFL, no offensive line. The first year he gets murdered. Same thing with Tom Brady's and Peyton Manning.
His first year, that guy led the league in interceptions.
Yeah,
100%. It's not the same, man. College is one thing, and pros is a different. But don't get me wrong, they are talented. They are. But
having said that, Gil,
but to your point, your point, Reese, Caleb Williams now is not the number one. At the beginning of the year, he was like the number one favorite. He was the guy that was predicted to go number one overall.
Yeah.
That tone changed now. I don't think
there's like four guys, and that's why I think
he's not the clear cut number one guy now.
If New England wins, they can still get a quarterback.
To me, the best quarterback in college right now, there is an Aaron Rodgers in there, and it's Bo Nix of the Oregon Ducks. To me, he is the number one quarterback that should be coming out of that draft.
Over Drake May, he's better than Drake May.
I believe so. He's an overall package.
Okay.
And he's not too much of a scrambler. He only scrambles if he needs to. He's that pocket guy, like Jose said, that the NFL doesn't have. He is that guy. He's a gunslinger in Oregon. He's averaging like 40, 50 points a game, just staying in pocket without scrambling nothing, just based off his arm, which was impressive. And to me, I think Caleb Williams is too hype. He's going to do a lot of mistakes. Maybe not as bad as Trevor Lawrence, because remember I predicted that. I was like,
he was bad. Yeah,
for me, he's not a number one pick, but to me, Bo Nix is whoever drafts him is the winner of the draft off all the quarterbacks. Would be whoever drafts Bo Nix.
So having said that, Jose, who do you got in this game? Because I don't think New England's going to pick a quarterback no matter where they are.
They should pick a quarterback.
Yeah,
I don't think even if they win or lose it, their spots already. There's like third or fourth.
They're second right now. They might go up or down based on Arizona and other results. Yeah.
So I'm taking New England. I think New England. These last games that they played tough. You know, they've been hanging around there. Like lost by a missed field goal. Like last week, they played well against the Buffalo team. Buffalo didn't score any touchdowns. What's his name? Josh Allen didn't throw for any touchdowns. It was basically all the run game. In saying that, I'm gonna take New England. I just think the Jets. I think they packed it up. They already gave away They released Dalvin Cook already.
Yeah.
I think they're just gonna probably play just to give it up and then just get ready for next year with Aaron Rodgers healthy and stuff like that. So we'll see.
Yeah. Well, now we're gonna go to another winner go home game as the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Did you make your pick?
Yeah,
I said the Patriots.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Bucks, who failed to clinch their playoff spot in division last week after losing at home to New Orleans, go to Carolina to take on the worst team in the league. I think this is a very, very dangerous spot, but it's a revenge game for Baker. He played for them last year. They got rid of him. He's rejuvenated his career. This might be the biggest game of Baker's career because if he wants a job next year and he wants to get paid, he has to win this game and they have to make the playoffs. I got Tampa Bay. Jose?
I agree with you. I think this is a big game for Baker. Last week he shit the bed. He did. They did come back at the end a little bit, but it was a little bit too late. A lot of turnovers during the games. In saying that, I think they should be Carolina. Carolina is done. Last week they got shut out by a Jaguars team that didn't even have their starting quarterback. So if Tampa Bay doesn't win this game, then they're trash. Like they don't deserve to be in the. So I'm taking Tampa Bay.
Carolina's so bad they got owners throwing drinks on fans. Barbosa, what do you got?
I'm taking Tampa. Agree with all you guys. This is probably Baker's biggest game of his career. He's got a ball out, and Carolina, they stink. That's all I got to say. They stink.
Barbosa's still mad he took them last week. They had shut up
They
26-0.
stink.
Gil, what do you got?
I hope Baker gives them a beating, another beating, 40-0.
I'm still trying to figure out how they scored 30 points on Gil Santos's defense, but yeah, Gil, you go ahead. You snuck out a 3-point win over them.
Yeah. Well, Tampa's gonna win. I don't have to. You guys said it all.
Yeah. Now let's go to a tricky game. The Cleveland Browns, who have clinched the playoff spot and can't move up or down, go to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. The Browns are resting everybody. I got the Bengals. Jose?
Yeah, the Bengals should win this game. Cleveland's got the playoff spot. They're resting everybody. They're going to play probably Thompson as the quarterback or whoever the hell they're going to play at quarterback. So just expect a low-scoring game, I think, from Cleveland. I don't think Cleveland's going to get to double digits. So I'm think Cincinnati in a blowout.
Hey, Jake Browning, he's got a lot to play for here. He might be looking for a job to probably start next year, possibly. Who knows?
He'll stay backup. I think he's still under contract with them. But
okay. Maybe a trade or something, because the quarterback play has been really awful this year. There's gonna be a lot of teams looking for quarterbacks. Barbosa. He's thinking about it, eh? Because he's thinking about it.
No, I agree with Jose. I'm gonna take Cincinnati. Cleveland's resting everybody. They're starting a guy named Jeff Driscoll. Never heard of this guy.
He's terrible. He used to play for Detroit. He's terrible.
Yeah, so that's what they're starting. It seems that they're resting everybody. So yeah, I'm gonna take Cincinnati.
Yo, you gonna go with Jeff Driscoll?
No, I'm sticking with Cincinnati.
All right. Now let's get to the big game. Now I'm gonna do this for Gil, because see if you can see that in the camera there. The Bears, with the resurgent Justin Fields, goes to Green Bay to take on the team that owns the Bears. That's right. Chicago at Green Bay, playoff spot in the line. Let's go to Gil first. Gil, are you going to do the reverse jinx like you did last week when you took the Vikings? Or are you going to go with your team like you should?
I don't know, man. I'm being honest. The Bears might go there and surprise the shit out of the Packers here.
They haven't won in Green Bay since in like a decade, Gil.
And that's what scares me. And because they need this very much, Fields might run all over their ass. Who knows?
It is scary. I won't lie. It is scary.
It's scary, but I'm going to say the Packers win by a field goal.
You know what? It's going to be a close game. Barbosa?
I'm going to take the Packers. I like Jordan's Love. The game last week against Minnesota. He showed that he is a quarterback to be reckoned with in the future. I like their weapons. I'm going to take the Packers.
Jose.
I'm taking the Bears. I think this is the game that you say that the teams that need to win, they're going to choke, and I think it's going to be different. I think the Bears have been playing good football lately. Justin Fields is playing for his position. Their defense has been playing really good lately. So I'm going to take the Bears in this one.
You know, I thought about the upset in this game because of how well the Bears are playing and the choke factor. But Jordan Love was so good last week, and I think it's the last time Chicago beat Green Bay was 2015. I'm not going against that trend, so I got Green Bay. Now let's go to another winner in situation. I think Seattle needs some help, but they go to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Gil Santos, let's do the handshake. Me and you got this one right on the money. Barbosa, you shouldn't have given up on going against the Eagles. The Cardinals went to Philly and won outright. It's a game I should have put money on because I think they're a plus 500 and plus 12.5. It was unbelievable outright win.
I did take them
right,
to
Gil?
cover though. I did take
Yeah,
them to
no,
cover
we did, but we picked them on this show to win outright,
to
a
win the
12 and a
game.
half point dog. So, um, however, in this game, I think Seattle's going to win this game. They got to try to win this game. They're going to need some help because I think the Rams are already in. They're just going for the last spot here. So, I think I'm going to take the sea bags, and we'll come back right back with the other guys' picks as we're running out of time. So we'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Reese Report. We had to take a little bit of a break there as we were running out of time. We were talking about the Seattle Seabags going to Arizona, which is a very tricky game. Upset alert all over the place there. I am going to take the Seabags who have a chance to get the last playoff spot. It's a slight chance because if Green Bay wins, they're in. If they don't, then Seattle can get in the back door. Gil, I'm sure you're going with the Cards because you don't want Seattle to win this game.
No, but not just because of that. I just think Arizona's been playing good, and I think they're playing for next season. Like they're playing to. I think Arizona's going to be an exciting team next year. So I think Arizona will upset them.
It could cost them a big pick in the draft, but we'll see. They certainly didn't look like they weren't trying last week. They just gave it to Philly. Barbosa, what do you got?
It is a tough game.
It is.
Kyler Murray obviously is playing for his future.
Shout out to James
Um,
Conner. You were great
yeah,
last week. Thank you very
yeah.
much.
Kyler Murray's playing for his future. Seattle was kind of last week. I thought that'd be a lot better, especially with playoffs on the line. Uh,
It's a tough game.
I'm gonna take Seattle. They're the better team, but I don't know. I'm just gonna take Seattle just because I think they're the better team. But
It's a
it's a
tough
scary
one.
game. Yeah.
Yeah. Jose?
Um, it's a tough game. You know what? I'm gonna take Arizona because they have nothing to lose, and
Yep.
and that team and when Kyle Murray has nothing to play for, he starts playing good. Last week he played good against Philly. Him and James Conner, their wide receivers, their tight end McBride is pretty good too. So I'll take Arizona in an upset here. It's not an upset, but I think they're both.
No. I wouldn't be shocked if Arizona wins the game. No,
No.
not a big upset. Now let's go to another game that 5 weeks ago would not have been tricky, but this is a tricky game as the free falling Cry Eagles are going to New York to take on the G-Men with Tyrod Taylor. Um, the Eagles defense is awful, guys. And I watched the G-Men come within an inch of beating the Rams, who desperately needed the game to make the playoffs. I am taking the G-Men for the upset. Jose.
I'm gonna take Philly. I just think Philly. Well, the Giants.
Philly can
They
still
look
get the
like
two
it's.
seed,
They can
but
still get this,
yeah.
but they need Dallas to lose and stuff like that. But then again, you Philly needs this game. I think AJ Brown is a game. He was complaining last game. I think he's gonna want the ball and he's gonna play well this week. I'm gonna take Philly to win.
Gil, I know you hate the G-Men, so I don't know what you're going to do with this game.
Well, you're asking too much if you're asking the G to win this game.
they
You already got
they came
Arizona.
close to winning in Philly. They came close to
You
winning
got
in Philly, man.
you got Arizona. You got Arizona
Yeah,
winning
maybe too
last
much.
week. I
Yeah,
think it's too much. Philly loses this one, they're in trouble.
yeah,
But I think they'll snap out of it, and Philly should win.
yeah. But this was my surprise upset game for this week. Barbosa, you've been going against the Eagles all year. You going to do it again?
Yeah, I'm going against the Eagles. Like I told you, the Eagles are not the same as the Eagles from last year. There's something is not right with that team. Um, I don't know. I don't know if Hurts is actually hurt. I don't know if he's injured or not. But he hasn't been playing like like last year. They're not running the ball as well as they are last year. Their defense doesn't look as good as last year. I don't know what's going on, but there's something not right with the Eagles. So I'm going to take the Giants. I am going to take the Giants for the upset.
Just so you know, it's not Tommy DeVito, Barbosa.
No, I know
It's
it's Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod Taylor. That's
He
right.
looked pretty good the last couple of weeks, even though they've lost the games, but he hasn't looked bad. So
I think Gil and Jose have a soft spot for Tyrod Taylor.
yeah.
Don't you guys?
Tyrod? I don't want to play
Tyrod.
Tyrod.
See?
Tyrod?
Tyrod.
Tyrod here.
That guy is always dangerous, man. If he's not puncturing a lung, he's dangerous.
Buffalo. What the hell was the play Buff?
Now, earlier this year, I thought this game would mean something, but now it doesn't because the Rams have clinched and can't move up or down. The San Francisco 49ers have clinched the 1 seed. Both teams are resting all their players. Now, in case you haven't heard, the Rams have made a decision that I wouldn't have made even if I had clinched the 1 seed. They're starting Carson Wentz. So even with Sam Darnold and no McCaffrey and God knows who else, the 49ers, who have beaten the Rams 10 straight regular season games, are going to beat Carson Wentz at home. I got the Niners. Jose.
I don't have to say nothing. When you're playing against Carson Wentz
The
and
joke.
listen, you know what? And I was thinking about this too. Just thinking about the backup players that are coming in for the Niners. You got Elijah Mitchell that's going to be playing. You have freaking all the wide receivers. Like these guys, it's time for them to show. If you want to play in the playoffs, you got to ball out. So, and I think personally, San Francisco's got a better bench players than LA. So I'm going to take San Francisco.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm gonna take San Francisco, but I'm not sure. I'm thinking if the Packers win and the Rams lose, I think the Packers will pass the Rams and get seed though.
Yeah, but the Rams have
They're
clinched the
resting
playoff
all their
spot.
players. No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, the Rams are resting their players because they don't seem to matter. They're going to be on the road no matter what. So I guess they don't care if they're 6 or 7.
Mm.
Rams are a dangerous team in the playoffs, by the way.
Yes, they are. But I am going to take the Niners.
Yeah, you can't take Carson Wentz, right, Gil?
No.
You can't do that. Now, Barbosa, Carson Wentz used to be your quarterback, so my guess is you're not going to take him for another team, right?
How can you go against Carson Wentz? Come on, guys. Really? How
That's
can you
the
go
same
against Carson
quarterback
Wentz?
who lost you a game to make the playoffs against the freaking Jaguars, who were 2-14. So no, I dare you to take him.
No, I will take, but I will go against Carson Wentz. He's garbage. Even the coach was shit.
I cannot believe he got signed at all, let alone the Rams. Boy, if Stafford gets hurt, that'd be a comedy show over there.
Ooh,
Oh,
no, I'm gonna
boy.
take the Niners. I'm gonna take the Niners. I don't trust Carson Wentz.
Yeah. So we're all in the Niners, even though that game means nothing. Now let's go to the Denver Broncos, who somehow found a way to beat Easton Stick last week, but got eliminated from the playoffs. They go to Vegas to take on a team that's looking to get a coach a job. And for that reason, I got the Raiders. Gil, how do you like Compton? You going to get the job?
Yeah, I want him. I would hire him. That's why I'm taking the Raiders as well.
Those Raider players, like Devontae Adams, came out and said, "I want that guy to get the job." They're going to come out to win that game. It might be one of my best bets of the week, just because I know the Raiders are going to care a lot more than the Broncos. Jose?
Yeah, same. I think they're going to play for the coach, and they want him to coach next year. And when your best player comes out saying that he wants him to be the coach next year, he's going to be the coach next year. So I'm taking Vegas.
Barbosa, you've been on the Broncos all year long. They haven't beat the Raiders in 7 consecutive games. Are you going to take a chance?
No, I don't think I'm not gonna take Stidham. I'm gonna take the Raiders, like you guys said. They want to play for their coach. They like that coach. They want that coach to be their permanent head coach. And it seems like ever since he came in, he's done a great job. Devontae Adams seems like he's very happy because he's actually getting the ball. So yeah, they'll play for the coach. So I got the Raiders.
Oh God, here we go to Kansas City, who has clinched the division and can't move up or down. They go to take on the hockey stick quarterback, that is Easton Stick. Um, I would love to take Kansas City in this game, but if their offense is bad with Patrick Mahomes, just imagine Blaine Gabbert quarterbacking them. I got Easton Stick and the Chargers, who almost beat the Bills, who needed to make the playoffs when they played them. I think the Chargers win this game. Gil?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Easton Stick, 6'3", so should be okay.
This is going to be a
They'll,
low-scoring game, guys, really.
they'll pull it off.
Barbosa, the Stick Company, or Blaine Gabbert?
I don't know, man. Blaine Gabbert's got the stash and the mullet going.
Oh,
How can you
he's
go against
terrible, though,
how can
man.
you go
He's
against
terrible.
a stash and a
Ugh.
mullet, man?
I still remember him backing up for Kaepernick, dude. It was ugly.
But I'll take the Chargers. I'll take Easton Stick. Like you guys said, he almost beat Buffalo. So I'm gonna take him.
Jose?
I'm gonna take KC. I just think, dude, LA's got nothing to play for. Uh, I'll take the stash.
You're going for the stash and the
See how he's
mullet. That a
laughing?
boy,
He's already
Jose.
laughing because he's like Blaine Gabbert. I can't believe I'm picking Blaine Gabbert.
Dude, I'll rather pick Blaine Gabbert than freaking the Easton Stick, a hockey stick. I don't know what you guys see in that guy.
He
If
hasn't
it's
looked
not
too bad, man.
he, freaking, if it's
Hey.
They
not for
almost beat
the
the Bills, man. They almost
yeah,
beat the
that's because the
Bills.
defense kept them in the game. If not, then
Uh,
dude, I don't know if KC can move up because I don't know
I
No,
don't think they can. No, they can't
no,
move
they
up.
can't. They can't.
Unless the Dolphins lose, then
lose exactly. That's what I'm saying, right? That's if the
yeah.
Dolphins lose. But then
Oh no, they
again,
can't.
my
No, they can't because
Buffalo.
The Bills would have the tiebreaker. So no, they can't move
Yeah,
up.
exactly.
No.
So it doesn't really make a difference. But anyways, I'm taking KC. I'd rather take the Chiefs than the hockey sticks. So whatever. I'm gonna take the Chiefs.
The
Well,
Chiefs
for
did
me,
not.
for me,
Yeah,
for me, for me,
yeah,
I'm taking at least the Stick that at least has 3 games under his belt.
that's
The
right.
other, like at least he has some game under his belt
Well,
already. So
well, dude,
Gabrick's only
you know
completed
who
3 passes
Blaine
all
Gabbert
year.
has been back up to? He's been back up to Tom Brady. He's been back up to all these crazy quarterbacks. At
Colin
least I think he's
Kaepernick.
got to at least learn something. He's
Yeah.
got more
Yeah,
games than
with his record,
that
Hey,
stash.
Gil,
You're gonna see. Maybe
yeah,
Taylor
Gil,
Swift is gonna fall in love with that stash. You never
buddy,
know.
that guy's passer rating is under
yeah,
40.
Gil, you
Okay,
want to hear Blaine Gabbert's
and what's
stats?
the hockey sticks of
He's been good.
35?
The
He's been
90
good.
passer rating has a 90 passer rating
Stick's
compared to
been pretty
fucking
good.
38.
Okay, don't
Gil,
worry.
Gil,
I don't
you
give
know,
a shit whoever wins the game. I just picked the Kansas City Chiefs because
I want to make Gil laugh right now. Gil, you want to know what Blaine Gabbert's stats are this year? He's 3 for 5 for 31 yards and 2 picks.
there you go.
So he completed 3 passes. The other 2 are picks. That's why they're incomplete. So he's actually
Jesus.
5 for 5 in passing. He just threw 2 to the other team. I don't. That is going to be a funny game. It may be a nothing game the most, but it's going to be a funny game to watch. Now let's go to the ridiculous Cowboys, who got lucky last week and found a way to keep their home winning streak alive at 14 games. They go on the road to take the Washington Commanders. Now, I understand the Commanders stink, but this same Commanders team destroyed the Cowboys last year, 26-6, in this exact same game last year. So, as much as I like to think it's a lock, it's not, because you never know what you're going to get from the Cowboys. Having said that, the number 2 seed's on the line. If the Cowboys better win this game, I got the Cowboys. Gil?
I'm going with the upset. I think
You're
Biden
taking
wins.
Joe
God.
Biden's team?
I think Biden wins and stuns the Cowboys. I just
Oh.
the Cowboys just keep doing this near the end of the year all the time. So I think the Commanders hate the Cowboys, that they're gonna just kill themselves to make sure they win this game.
You know what? I hope Gil's right, because I'm so sick and tired of hearing, here we go before the freaking snap. You sound like an idiot, Dak. Jose?
um, uh, I was gonna take Washington too, but just knowing that that Dallas needs this
Yeah,
game
that's
for
right.
for second overall,
That's right.
and then they'll have a lot of home games. The playoff games will go through their stadium. I'm gonna take Dallas
Yeah,
because Dallas really needs this game, like really needs it. Because if they
really
don't win
bad.
this game, they're gone in the first round of the playoffs because they're not a home away team to go on the road to play anybody on the road.
Cowboys are 3-5 on the road. They better be at home until they have to take on the 49ers. Barbosa.
Yeah, I got the Cowboys. They should destroy the Commanders. They will destroy the Commanders. They got no defense. The Commanders have no defense.
You're telling me
Uh,
you're telling me the Packers won't go into Dallas and don't you wouldn't be surprised if Love
They could
actually
put a
throws all
scare in
over them
them.
and win?
Bro, I'm
at
telling you
home.
right now.
At
I'll
home.
bet you myself. If the Packers go face, you guys get blown out easily
Yeah,
in Dallas.
in
In
Dallas.
Dallas.
Yeah, I
If the game
agree.
is in
If it was in
Lambeau
Green
Field,
Bay,
maybe
it's a
maybe.
different story.
If it's in Dallas, dude, Dallas is a home
Yeah,
team. That's a
yeah,
pure home team right there.
yeah.
That
I
no
I will
doubt,
say
no
this.
doubt, no
The,
doubt.
the
I
team the
agree.
team Dallas does not want to play in the first round is the Rams. That could be an upset. If the Rams play them, it's an upset calling. I'm telling you right now, because they don't want to play Puka and Kyron Williams, who can run all day on them, and freaking Cooper Cup. I'll tell you right now, they better hope that it's not 2 versus 7, and they got to play the Rams. We're gonna see about that. Let's go to the final game, which is the game of the week, which decides a lot. It's the Sunday nighter. They finally used their flex and put the right game on Sunday night. It's the Buffalo Bills, who somehow, some way, have snuck their way into a possible AFC East championship. I don't know how they did it, but they're right there. They're taking on the Dolphins, who are just, I mean, they're just free falling because of injuries. They got a million injuries. Waddle's out, Chubb's out. Um, so this is, a tough game. A lot on the line. The loser goes home. The winner wins the AFC East. I'll start with you, Barbosa. What do you got?
I got the Bills. I think the Bills are going to win this game. I've been impressed with their offensive, with their play calling, especially with running the ball. They've been running the ball well, and and Miami's defense is not that good. Let's be honest. Miami's defense, I don't think they deserve to go into the playoffs because that defense is terrible. Um, and I've been impressed with the way Buffalo's been playing lately, so I'm gonna go with the Bills.
Yo,
No.
Well, because of the injuries, I'm gonna say this probably might have Buffalo, but I don't know. After watching Buffalo play New England, there, I don't know. Buffalo didn't look great either.
Buffalo to me hasn't been that impressive, even though they've won these games. Like they're barely beating Easton Stick and freaking Bailey Zappi. So I'm not that impressed. But go ahead,
Yeah,
Gil.
but I don't know. I don't know if Tyreek is almost has gonna win. Almost has to win this one by himself. The run game, just because it's in Miami, and Miami did a lot, especially at the beginning. They were killing teams. Looks like it's a shame to see them out, but the Bills are throwing in a better second 3, 4 games, let's say, but not really impressive either.
Yeah,
And just to let you know, Tyreek is walking around in a walking boot. Eh?
I know
yeah,
he's hurt.
he's not
He's been hurt
100%. I
too.
know.
I know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Waddle, like it's a big mountain to climb here for Tua. Tua's not a running quarterback, and Allen is. Like if things go bad for Allen, he can get out of jam himself, try to run it himself. I don't know. Based off injuries, I'm gonna have to go with the Bills on this one.
Jose.
Well, I don't know if you guys know, even if Miami loses the game, they still make the playoffs. But I think because they're 10 and
You know what?
they're
You
10
you
and
are
7.
correct. They would
Yeah,
just drop to the
If
6th seed or
if
something.
the
Buffalo
seventh seed. The seventh seed.
Buffalo, if they lose, then they're out of the playoffs.
Buffalo's out, Miami's still in. Correct.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Yes.
So then saying that, I'm taking Buffalo just besides just all the injuries that are dismantling the Miami Dolphins. They lost their 2 best defensive players in Nick Chubb, torn ACL. They lost Phillips on the torn ACL. Howard's not playing. Their cornerback's not playing this week. Waddle's not going to be able to play. Things on the walking boot. Even if he does play, Bills are getting healthy at the right time. Mike Hyde's coming back. They got another defensive tackle coming back this week as well. And their running game is starting to click, and that makes them a scary team. In saying that, I think Miami could keep this game close, but Buffalo at the end will pull off the victory because they need this game more, and that's my Super Bowl pick. So I gotta go with them. So I take
So
Buffalo.
all the points you guys have made are well taken. Everything points towards the Bills winning this game. I'm going to take a flyer here on the fact that Tua, I'm not going to try his last name, but Tua is that quarterback that hasn't gotten paid that people aren't sure about. And I think this might be the biggest game of his career. I can't think of another game that's more important for him than this game because
What?
Just this week, he got his ass blown out, dude.
Wait, hold on, Reese, hold on. You're gonna tell
Okay.
me this game for Tua is important without Waddle,
Okay,
second
okay,
best
let me
receiver,
explain. Let me explain.
and
So
Tyreek not 100%.
I'm
Ooh,
gonna
but
explain
you're
it.
asking a lot from Tua.
I'm gonna explain it right now. Okay. Throughout the year when everyone was been healthy, everyone gave all the credit to Tyreek Hill and the offensive line and all of that. He got no credit. It's like, oh, you got Tyreek Hill, that's why you're good.
Ooh,
Now,
all right.
Tua, if I'm Tua, okay, I'm having this really good year. I got named to the Pro Bowl, but I have to prove I can win a big game. They haven't beaten any good teams this year. They got one win against Dallas. With all the injuries, they found a way to beat Dallas, which was an impressive win at home. Now, if they can beat Dallas, I know the Bills hammered Dallas, but if they can beat Dallas, they can beat Buffalo at home, who to me, they've not been they barely beat Easton Stick on the road. They struggled with New England. They lost to New England on the road. Tua has to play big in this game. If he wants to get paid and he doesn't they're not going to draft a quarterback or go with somebody else. He's got to play big in this game. He's got to win this division. You can't choke away this division and then go on the road in game one and get pumped. So I think this is a big game for Tua. So I'm going to predict that Tua has a big game and they win this game in Buffalo. They still got a great run game. Sorry, in Miami. They still got a good run game. If Mostert can play, and they got Aiken and Mostert. They can both run the ball, and then you see some play action. If Tyreek Hill plays, he can torch Buffalo's secondary. Buffalo's secondary is useless. So if he
You think
plays, I expect that Tyreek Hill will have a big game. I
what
expect Tua will have a big game.
what happened the first meeting when they played each other?
Yeah.
That's
With
another
Waddle,
reason I like Miami.
with Waddle
Everybody
and
was
Tyreek
healthy.
healthy.
Yeah,
What happened?
and Buffalo had all
Tyreek
their
didn't do
players in
nothing.
week two. Buffalo had all their
Who?
players in
What?
week two.
Yes, you
Was it
did. You
week
had
two?
Miami had everybody in the week two as
Yes,
well.
and Buffalo had all their players in week two. Yeah.
And
Now Buffalo's lost a lot of players on defense, especially in the secondary. That 48-20 game is another reason I'm taking the Dolphins. You can't go get pumped by Buffalo again. You get pumped by Buffalo again, the whole team's going to get questioned, especially Tua. So if he wants to get paid as a top line quarterback, he better win this game at home. So I'm
Mm,
taking it solely on Tua needing to show up in a big game at
well,
home
you're,
to win the division. That's it.
you're you're
That's it.
asking a lot. You're asking a lot of Tua
He's
to
got
win
to
a
show up.
big
Look,
game like
is he
that
for real or is he
without
fraudulent because of
Tyreek,
his
without
receivers?
Waddle and
Hey,
Tyreek not 100%. Woo.
But he had the
yo,
perfect game to do it this past week against
Yeah,
Baltimore.
I
The
oh,
first
agree.
place overall.
Baltimore's a
And he
different
fucking
animal,
choked
man.
and he did shit. Fuck off.
How is Baltimore a different animal? What's the difference between Baltimore?
Baltimore's the best team in the whole league right now. Like it's that team is just on another level right now because of Lamar. What I will say is when they played the Jets defense without Waddle, they won 30-0. They beat the Cowboys, who were supposed to be a great defense at home. I
And
don't see
they
why they
lost.
can't beat Buffalo.
What's your point?
Yeah, they lost to the Titans after having a 14-point lead at
Listen,
home. I
the
saw it.
Jets didn't have an offense. When the Jets defense is on the field for 90% of the time, of course you're gonna put up 30 points on the
Look,
Jets defense.
all I'm saying is the Bills have done what they've done, but it's not been impressive. They barely beat
Because they've been
Eaton
running.
Stick.
That's because they've been
It's
changing
not
their
impressive.
offensive. Hey, Reese, that's because they've been changing their offense. They've been just running the ball. You look.
Yeah.
Why would Josh Allen need to throw the ball when they've been running the ball successfully? And it's worked. And it's worked. They've been
Just
winning
win.
games without Josh Allen throwing the
New
ball.
New England gives them 4 turnovers and they win by 6. I'm supposed to be impressed by that. When them winning, it's by 6 at
He's
home
always
against
had,
Zappy.
but they've always had trouble against New England. Buffalo's always had trouble against New England. There's nothing new.
Yes,
Nothing
and
new.
all the Miami Buffalo games have been close except for the first one of the season. So we'll see. We'll see. By the way, Kane also wasn't a running back at that point. He was out. So we'll see if the Miami
And
running game can get going.
Buffalo didn't have a running game. And Buffalo didn't have a running game that
That's
first
what I'm
meeting.
saying. It's two different teams. It's two completely different teams now. I just think this is a huge game for Tua. And I think he really needs to win this game. Miami, if they
You're
can't
asking.
beat Buffalo at home, then that team is fraudulent and Tua should be released. Like honestly, they shouldn't pay him. Like if you can't play without all of your weapons, then you're not a good quarterback.
Don't say that. You can't say that. Absolutely not. If you have nobody to throw the ball to, what are you going to throw? You're
Yeah.
going to run
Well,
for 3
okay.
yards, 400
Okay, you're
yards?
telling me
Now
Patrick Mahomes deserved to be released this year?
No, he
You're
doesn't
telling me
deserve to be
Patrick
released, but
Mahomes deserves to be
Patrick Mahomes has not been good this year.
Okay, so
Sure, when these guys have been dropping balls, there's at least 10 drop
Patrick
balls
Mahomes
by his
has played
receivers
bad this
every
year.
game.
Patrick Mahomes has played bad this year, guys. He's turned the
Because
ball
this
over
guy
way too much.
he has nobody to catch the ball.
The Vegas Raider loss is on him, not on the receivers.
But
He
he
fumbled
has
the ball
nobody
and
catching
threw
the
pick
ball.
six.
He has nobody catching the ball.
I didn't hear that excuse when Tom Brady had no receivers. I didn't hear that excuse.
when you're Tom Brady, bro, please shut up with Tom Brady. Tom
Oh
Brady,
my God.
Okay.
buddy.
Okay.
Tom
Oh my
Brady,
God. He had
Goodwin, he had Evans, he had a stacked team.
I'm talking about Brady in New England.
He had a stacked team.
He had
played all around him. That defense was amazing, dude. There's some Super Bowls that they shouldn't even have won if it wasn't for the defense. And you know it's true.
Are you telling me that Brady?
Hey,
are you telling
let
me
me tell
Brady
you this.
won all his Super Bowls when he had all
Patrick
kinds of weapons?
Mahomes doesn't
That's
have
not
an
true.
Edelman. Patrick Mahomes doesn't have an Edelman.
Edelman was nobody before he went there. Brady made Edelman. What are you guys crazy? You're gonna give
Brady
Edelman
made
more
Edelman.
credit?
So hold
Brady
on.
made
Oh my God!
Hold on.
A seventh round quarterback.
Hold on.
A seventh round quarterback who was turned into a receiver.
So Brady is the guy. So Brady is catching the ball for Edelman. It's Brady's hands too. That's catching the ball for Edelman.
What you're saying is, so Brock Purdy's making Deebo Samuel a good wide receiver, or Brandon Ayuk a good wide receiver. That's what you're trying. That's what you're saying.
That's not what I'm saying.
Brady, exactly.
That's not what I'm saying.
Edelman's job is to catch the ball.
Yeah.
Now, if he had a good year, he had an absolutely good year in New England. It is what it is. In the system, every team has its own system, and they had the perfect players for that system. You had a crazy tight end, probably the best tight end in the league.
I think Tua has a lot to prove, guys. That's all I'm saying. I think he has a lot to prove.
He has a lot of proof.
That is my point.
But that take, Reese, I'm sorry, but that take to saying that if you lose
I will bet you guys that I'm telling you right now, there are people in Miami who have doubted Tua for 3 years. They tried to get Tom Brady in Miami when Tua was there after his second season. They've tried to replace him 3 separate times. They haven't paid him. They didn't give him a
Can I ask you a
contract
question?
extension this year. I will bet.
When did they get Tyreek? When did they get Tyreek?
I'm not talking about Tyreek.
When did they get Tyreek?
If they believed in Tua, they would have signed him. They don't believe in him. So if he's got to come up big, even when he doesn't have all his weapons, he better come up big. I'm telling you.
They're going to release him. Here we go. We're going back.
They're not going to pay him
this draft. We're going back to drafting a quarterback. We're going back to drafting quarterbacks. When you don't have an offensive line and a receiving core, if you don't have nobody to catch the ball, what are you supposed to do?
Every quarterback needs weapons. I get it.
100%.
But he's got Tyreek this week. You're going to tell me he can't win a game without Jalen Waddle?
Not 100%. Reese, he's not 100%.
Okay.
Tyreek is not 100%.
You talked about Josh Allen, right? Let's talk about Josh Allen. Stephon Diggs for the last month has been awful. He's not even been a major part of the offense. Buffalo's still winning games. That's my point.
Because they're running the ball.
Before it was Stephon Diggs had to be a major factor for them to win the game. They completely changed
because they had no running game.
They're running the ball more. They're running the ball more, and they're throwing the ball a lot less, and they're still winning games. They should. That's what they should do in Miami.
That's a good team.
They've got Mostert with 20 touchdowns.
That's a good team.
Aken going crazy. Run the ball and then do play action passes with Tua and try to win the game.
So what you're saying is Tua's got to be good even on the defensive end of the ball. Dude, Their defense is not that good.
I never said anything about the defense. The Bills have struggled defensively, and they're still winning games.
Not as bad as Miami.
Not as bad
Miami's
as Miami.
defense stinks.
Listen, the
Miami's
49ers got destroyed by the Ravens, guys. Like, let's like give them a break on the Ravens. The Ravens have been killing everybody, eh? Let's okay, they got killed 56-19. I get it. But the Ravens have killed everyone this year. They destroyed Detroit 42-7. They destroyed the 49ers 33-19. They've killed everybody this year. The Ravens are the best team.
Except for the Steelers and my Colts.
Yeah, they caught them on a good day.
Here we go.
That's fine. That's fine.
Shut up, Colts, man. You and your fucking Colts. Never mind, bro. Holy shit. If CJ Stroud, bro, I swear to God, if CJ Stroud wins the game on Saturday, whatever the game is on, I'm going to buy a CJ Stroud jersey and a Titans fucking jersey, and I'm going to bring it on the show so you can shut up. I don't have to fucking hear you and your stupid.
Go ahead, buddy. If that's the case, then you deserve it. Then you deserve to do it.
You haven't said much here, but I'm going to ask you, Gil. You have Jordan Love as your quarterback, okay? Yep. He's come up big a few games. He's come up small a few games. But if you're running your team, he still has a lot to prove, right? He's got to show that he can get it done. He has some okay receivers. You know, Jalen Reed's pretty good. Watson's been hurt. They're not all-star receivers, but they're decent. And they got a good running game. He's got to get it done, correct?
But if you actually look at Jordan Love's numbers, his numbers,
they're good.
They look as good as Lamar's almost.
Right, they're good. But he has to prove it to get paid, right?
But you got to win.
If he doesn't get it done, that's what I'm saying. If he doesn't win, they're not going to pay him. They're going to move on.
The man doesn't play defense, so it's a team game.
I understand, but he can only control one. He can only control one area of the ball. If Tua balls out and they lose the game, it's not his fault. I understand that. 100%. But what I'm saying is Tua has to play well in this game. Now they may not win the game, but Tua has to play well.
Reese, what if the Buffalo Bills just run the ball the whole game? How many snaps do you think Tua is going to get? Is that a fair assessment?
Barbosa. But
is that a fair assessment of his game?
Tua can't control that. What Tua can't control is how he plays.
So what if he goes? What if he goes 9? What if he goes 9 for 18? What if he goes 9 for 18 and he throws 150 yards?
Okay. Miami's beaten a lot of bad teams this year, and Tua's played well against the bad teams. If you look at when they played against
he's played well against the Cowboys.
He's been very average against good teams. He's
played well against the Cowboys. Okay? He played well against the Cowboys.
He was average in that game. Okay? He was very average in that game. Believe me, I watched the game. They won by 2 points. They got away with one. That's his only win against a good team this year. Every other team he's played bad. If you can't beat good teams, I'm not paying you. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not paying you if you're beating tomato cans. I'm not doing that. So he has something to prove. You got to beat your division rival at home to win the division. He's got to do it. I don't want to hear any excuses.
I don't think this is the game.
Now, if he plays good and they lose because of the defense, it's not his fault. But what I'm saying is he needs to play well in this game. He can't be the reason they lose. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay. What if he goes out there and he goes 10 for 19 and he throws 170 yards? Is that his fault?
Well, if the Dolphins run more, if they run more like they should, then he may not have a 300-yard game. What I'm saying is he can't be the reason they lose. That's my point.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. If he doesn't throw any picks, he doesn't cost them the game, but he doesn't win the game. Is that going to be on him? Is that going to be on him, or is that going to be on the defense?
That's fine. What I'm saying to you is he can't be the reason they lose. Now, I want to ask you guys this, since you're all like defending all this stuff. Would you pay Tua right now? I'll ask all of you. Would you pay him to be your franchise quarterback? Because you know what quarterbacks go for. You got to pay your quarterback a lot of money. Would you pay him?
I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I wasn't the biggest Tua fan, but he impressed me this year. I would pay him.
Okay, you would pay him? Jose, would you pay him?
If I was Miami, I would pay him.
You had a great year this year.
100%.
And the system that they play plays perfect to his style of football.
Exactly.
Okay. Gil, would you pay Tua?
Yes, he did play well, but a lot of it had to do with Tyreek Hill catching the ball, right, for him.
That's what they say, right? It's about Tyreek. Every quarterback needs a weapon.
Can I ask a question? How many times has he thrown the ball deep to Tyreek Hill? I'm not talking about throwing 10 yards and Tyreek going for
No,
another
no,
30 yards. But I'm
he's thrown.
bombing balls.
I
seen
would
him
say
bomb
at
balls
least
to
five
Tyreek.
times. At least five times. Yeah.
I've seen him bomb balls to Tyreek, and Tyreek's made the catches. So to say he's only a play action quarterback, buddy, that guy can throw deep. So I've been impressed.
Okay.
He's the guy I'd pay 100%.
Okay. So
Well, that's
no
why I
matter the
said, yeah,
result of the game.
I would give it to him, but do I think it's all him? No, but
No, it's not all him.
Dude, everybody, like, you can't just say it's all on one quarterback position.
Let's get Purdy. Purdy is Purdy a fair comparable to Tua, because without what's his face, those 3 games, he didn't play that well.
Absolutely.
Without your best receiver, without Deebo Samuel, he didn't play that well.
Yeah, 100%. I totally agree with you.
So
that's fine, but it's not like
and he's not a bad quarterback, and he's not a system quarterback. I don't think Brock Purdy's a system quarterback. It's not what I'm saying.
I think he's better than Jimmy G. Yeah.
Yeah, he's better than Jimmy G. Or you can see he's better than Jimmy G. Let's be honest, he's better than Jimmy G. He's had the same weapons,
the
and he's
knock
playing a
on
lot better
Purdy
than
is
Jimmy G.
he can't. The knock on Purdy is he can't throw the ball deep, and he can't come from behind to win games. That's the knock.
But what I'm saying is, you still need a number 1 receiver. You still need a weapon.
All quarterbacks need a number 1 receiver. Tua wasn't good until Tyreek got there. I get that. Josh Allen wasn't good until Stephon Diggs got there.
Patrick Mahomes, a perfect example. He's supposed to be the best quarterback in the league. He doesn't have a weapon. He doesn't have a wideout. He's struggling.
They won the Here's the difference. They won the Super Bowl with no wide receivers last year. That's just this year. Travis Kelce's been hurt.
They had Schuster. At least he can catch the ball.
He's not that good.
But he can catch the ball. He can catch the ball.
But they had
He can't catch the ball. That guy needs to go. That guy needs to go watch the Little Giants. That guy needs to go watch Little Giants.
Yeah.
And then when Patrick Mahomes throws the ball, he's got to think of toilet paper that's falling to him, because the guy can't catch a football.
You know what all I gotta say is, bang bang Niner gang and fuck all you guys. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like, well, it could be all of our teams making the playoffs. We're not sure about Barbosa and Gil. All you gotta do is beat a team you own. So if you guys can pull that off, then you're in.
It feels like talking shit about Green Bay. The only thing that's
but I'll tell you right now, if the Colts don't make it, me and Jose, Barbosa, you're gonna hear about it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Buddy, I'm gonna buy a Texas jersey, buddy. It's CJ Stroud, Nico Collins, whoever plays good that game, buddy. I'll buy their jersey. Never mind.
Oh yeah. What if the Colts win, buddy? I'm gonna be dripped in blue next week. Blue and white, buddy.
Your 1986 jersey. Which one? Fucking Andrew Luck, the one that's retired. Man, get out of here.
I'll wear my
we know it won't be the Manning jersey that he threw into the basement after he threw a pick in the Super Bowl. It's not gonna be that one.
I will wear my Peyton Manning jersey, buddy.
Get up to new date. Go get like a Minshew or a fucking Jonathan Taylor jersey. Never mind.
Don't worry about it, buddy.
Yeah, where's your Richardson jersey? Yeah,
it's coming. Okay,
it's coming.
It's coming.
You're gonna go with golfing next week. Don't worry.
It's okay. Well, hey, I'll go golf next week. No problem, buddy.
Well, last game, that might be our longest review of a game ever, as we talked a lot about Tua there. As I said, I think this is a huge game for him. I think Tyreek will play, and I think he needs to play well in this game. I think Miami's going to win, so I believe in Tua. I think he can get it done. I hope he gets paid, and this is a big game for him. So
I believe in Tua. I just don't believe in the defense.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Jalen Ramsey better show up too, because he's still healthy. But I'm the mouth of North Andrew Reese. That's Jose, Carlos Gomes, Gil Santos, and Tony Barbosa. We hope you enjoyed this fired up edition of the Reese Report, and hit my music.